Hello everybody and welcome back to RogueTech, where we are currently protecting an ally lance. We've already destroyed 2 enemy lances here. We've got a third, oh, we've got a hitch there. Okay, we've got a third that is going to drop right over here. So that's fine. We can absolutely take our archer out over into cover over here. That'll be okay. And we can start to advance towards that. The grasshopper is going to be here. The black knight is going to be here. We're out of combat right now. So we're just going to sprint all of these guys forward. We're breaking cover right now, which means that we might take a fair amount of damage in the first round, depending on what they've got. But I should note, for the moment, our units are almost entirely fresh. I'm going to leave the Marksman SPG where it's at. The Nidhogg is going to head out over this direction. The Jerry-Rig Demolisher as well. Okay, let's see what they've got. More enemies have dropped. What do we got over here? So the Stalker moves up and doesn't really do anything. Yes, that's expected. That's a Marauder, an Archer, and a Marauder. 3 Marauders and an Archer. Okay. Well, that's absolutely fine. We should be able to get through that pretty easily. Nothing super threatening there. This is probably not going to get too much done, but there is some splash damage there, I suppose. Okay. Who are we moving here? We've got access to our riflemen. I want to check LOSs out in this area. Yeah, I figured. Okay, so beyond that, we've got our Crossbow X. These guys have no LOSs here, so I'm just going to move them as forward as they can. We need to start climbing this hill here. If we had splash damage, I'd drop it right here right now, but we do not have access to that at this moment. We'll see if this cluster is still here when we have access to it. Actually, we will, most likely. Okay. Ooh, that was a really good rear arc attack on that archer. And a lot of nice splash damage going in there. Okay. For now, that's fine. Our rifleman doesn't have LOS and is unlikely to get it, so we're just going to sprint forward here. Next up is our Marauder. Same scenario. Ooh. Hang on a moment. We've got rear arc here. I'm going to pot shot that. It is definitely a pot shot, but let's see what happens. Ooh, internal damage there. And we successfully tagged them. Nice. Okay, I like it. Next up is our Black Knight. There's no way that we have LOS over here. We're going to head over this way. We could maybe get it from up here. But I'm just going to advance us across this cover. That'll be fine. Our Devastator is next, and the Devastator is currently out over here. Can we get LOS up this way? The answer is no, so we're just going to advance out here for now. Then we've got our crossbow. Now, this is our LRM crossbow. We could absolutely lob missiles. I'm not going to. We have very, very low hit chance at this point. I'm ready. Our Grasshopper is going to advance up over this way. If only we had LOS. The Marksman SPG moves next, though. And that is absolutely going to drop artillery right in the center here. Okay, that is not exactly the center, but we did do some amount of splash damage there. Yes, Commander. Next up is our Jerry-Rig Demolisher. I'm checking for LOSs up this direction. No? Okay. We're just going to head out over here then. Looks good. And then our Epimetheus Prime, which is not going to get an LOS up over here. We're just going to advance as much as we can. Okay, an allied unit moves. That's that archer. It gets absolutely no damage dealt there. Okay. Next up is our archer.
Commander.
We have this rear arc, and I'm going to take that. We're going to fire on their archer. Actually, surprisingly good hit odds considering the 12 evasive. Do it.
Here it comes.
That could theoretically kill that archer, and it did. LRM ammo explosion. Fantastic.
Stay down.
So that's one down already before they've even moved. Now they're going to move one of their units before we move our Nidhogg. It's going to be this Marauder, and we'll see what they want to do with it. Okay, they turn it around and move it here. Probably firing? No, they're not firing. Okay, so I think that our target is either here or here with the Nidhogg.
Commander.
So that ends up being this position here. I like it. We're going to take this position. Firing on the Marauder. Are we going to fire the high explosive bomb? I'm thinking we're going to fire the Arrow 4 here. I'm also going to fire the heavy rocket launcher and the AoE rocket. Let's see what we get done here. Ooh. That wasn't great. Our bomb unfortunately missed and went all the way down here. That was not great at all. Well, we did a little bit of softening to its rear arc anyway. That Atlas did absolutely nothing there. And now they're going to turn around this Marauder, presumably. I'm sure they don't like the rear arc attacks. Okay, they position it here. That's a bad spot to position it, honestly, because of our flanking. Next up is going to be this Marauder. What are they going to do with that? All they've got left is the 3 Marauders. We already took down their archer. Okay. Seems fine. From here, it's kind of free. Beautiful. Okay, so our ally moves in phase 30. That seems fine. I'm wondering about rear arcs right now. Who has the weakest rear arc among these 3? Obviously, our ally just attacked the front arc over here. The Stalker is firing also front arc on this Marauder. That seems to be who the AI really wants to target.
I've got your back.
So our Crossbow X is not going to get any LOS this round.
Accelerating to maximum speed.
We're getting close, though. Phase 25 is an allied unit. Who is that going to be? I'm also intrigued by... Ooh, that's actually pretty low there. Noted. Front arc attack on that Marauder. That is the same one that all of the AI has been focusing on. So we should probably put our front arc attacks into that one. I'm thinking our rear arc attacks definitely go into this middle Marauder. Okay, so the archer is going to step forward here. We're going to hit this same Marauder that our allies have been hitting.
Got it.
So we'll work on softening up that armor a good amount. That definitely did soften it. I like it. So next up is going to be our Rifleman. And the Rifleman does get an LOS out over here. Beautiful. So we're going to fire on that Marauder as well. Low hit odds, but we'll see what we get done. Hitting 1 PPC. Okay, that'll work. Excellent. Next up would be our crossbow. And I want to put the crossbow down over here. We're going to be firing in listen kill mode. And let's see what we get done on that Marauder. Mediocre spread, it felt like, but that's definitely some armor shred happening. I like it. Our Grasshopper is way out on the wrong side of this hill. We're going to move up over here.
Moving fast.
But we're not going to get LOS anytime soon. Our Marauder absolutely is going to get LOS, and I like this position.
On the move.
So we're going to continue to focus our fire on this front arc Marauder. Some additional damage in there, but it was a pretty mediocre shot, all things considered. The Black Knight is way out there and needs to advance. So we'll advance that as much as possible. And next up is our Epiprac. So that is going to walk down over this way. There's not much it can get done. Cool. The Nidhogg, on the other hand, the Nidhogg wants to position somewhere back over this way. Now, the weapons bay, the Arrow 4, this is within the minimum range of the Arrow 4. But we don't want to actually fire the Arrow 4 here. What I want to fire is the AGM. It's better hit odds, but it's not fantastic hit odds. Let's see what happens.
Firing at enemy pick. Let's hit them hard.
That was kind of mediocre. We did a fair amount of damage to that Marauder, but it was not really where we wanted those hits to be. Okay, so we're going to bring our Jerry-Rig Demolisher around over here. We have side arc, rear arc on multiple. I'm thinking about sitting here to try to finish off that Marauder.
Roger.
Hit odds are very mediocre, but I'm going to fire the eye rocket, and we're going to crit fish here. That was pretty solid, actually. We took out the endo shield. We got an engine crit as well.
Let's do this.
I would have preferred to take him down, of course, but that'll do. So they're going to move one of their Marauders shortly. That Atlas finally getting into the fight a bit, but missing with this LBX there. That's very sad. Okay, now our friend the Marauder moves up and does nothing, but now they're going to move this front arc Marauder. What are they going to do? Expose its rear arc to us? That would be a terrible idea. I mean, they can shoot at us, for sure. They did expose their rear arc. Huh.
My armor's getting ripped off.
That's a very strange move. I don't think that that's a good move, either. So the archer moves up. It's firing side arc on that marauder and got 0 hits. That's a little sad. But sure. The Orion moves up and does basically the same thing. It did manage to hit its AC-10 and got a structure exposure there. Double heatsink destruction. Sure, we'll take that. Next up is going to be our SPG. The SPG, I feel like, should go for this Marauder. It's the most centrally located of the 3. So that's exactly what we're going to do. Let's see what we get done here. Some internal damage, some splash damage. This Marauder is unsteady. It is going to get to move fairly soon. But this one moves first. Cool. Okay, it moved down over here and is firing on that Apollo. Cool. I don't care about that. It did stray shot our archer, I think, but that's fine. The Devastator is going to want to get around into this same arc. It's not quite as fast as the Demolisher, so it can't quite get there this round, but next round, it absolutely can. Now they're going to move this Marauder. It's unfortunate that we weren't able to take advantage of that unsteady, but he's not going to be having a good go of it anyway. He fires on the Marksman SPG, but that's absolutely fine. It doesn't matter. They can do that all they want.
Light damage, holding firm.
Yep, exactly. Okay, next round. So we've got a phase 30 mover from our allies. That's a very early mover. That is this Apollo. I'd like to see it rear arc attack this Marauder and soften that up. It went for the side arc attack on this Marauder instead. It did make it unsteady. I guess that's okay. And then the Stalker is also going for that Marauder. I don't necessarily love that choice. I don't feel like it got much done there. Okay, phase 26 is another allied mover. That will be this Hunter. It could potentially do a lot, though. Let's see what it does. Softening up the rear arc of this Marauder. I like it. With AoE missiles. Okay, I like that less. But I guess it softened it a little.
Talk to me.
So next up would be our Crossbow X. The Crossbow X is not finding a rear arc out over here, but we can absolutely move in over this way and go for the kill on this Marauder. And
Roger that.
I think it's super dead, to be honest. Let's not even use improved ammo. This is on its strong side, though. You know what? Let's use the improved ammo. And there we go.
For House Arano.
Cool.
Battle mech down.
So now there are 2 remaining. The plan here is this guy goes down to the flank attacks from the rear. This guy gets targeted by our fire support, in theory. So our Black Knight doesn't make it down far enough to target this guy. That's fine. We can position somewhere down here, and I guess front arc attack this Marauder. Not like that's going to do much. I'm going to fire the binary laser in X2 mode. Well, we got both of those hit, so I guess that's fine. Sure.
How's it going?
Next up is our Rifleman. The Rifleman also doesn't manage to get rear arc on this Marauder. It's not up high enough. So we'll need to move it up over here and fire on this Marauder. It's not going to get a lot done there, but let's see what we have now. Okay, we hit a couple of ERPPCs. That's fine. Next up is going to be our Archer. And the Archer is positioning right in this rear arc.
Got it.
And we're going to hit this thing in the rear arc with these missiles. There's not a lot of damage there right now. So that's mostly a softening attack, and it didn't cluster all that well either. But that Marauder did lose its evasive, so that looks solid.
Yes, Commander.
One more good rear arc attack there, and it's gone. Hello. That's a rear arc for our Marauder. I'm going to take that. Let's see what we get done there. Little bit of internal damage, and we successfully tagged it. Okay, he moves in phase 19, so he's going to move pretty soon here. He also panicked. Next up is our Grasshopper. The Grasshopper is not going to be at all useful here. It's not in a good spot. Okay, he gets to move this Marauder, but what does he do? Where does he face? There? Very questionable. That is exceedingly questionable.
Hey there.
Okay, so our crossbow is out over here. Is this rear arc? This is rear arc. Fire indirect rear arc here. I like it. We're going to have to toss one of these over into ER. We'll only have 5 missiles of listen kill left. which is slightly awkward, but let's see what we get done there.
Hit him hard.
And he's just gone. Beautiful.
Bad
One
guy
left.
down.
Okay. The Nidhogg is going to move into this rear arc. We're going to soften this rear arc up with an AGM. We could actually just straight up kill him, but we have follow through, so this should be fine.
Oh, yeah.
That looked like it hit the leg. He loses his evasive. He'll get to move fairly soon. Yeah, that definitely hit the leg. Okay.
Yeah.
So next up would be the Epi Prime, and that is not going to get LOS over here. It's very close, but not quite. Let's see what our allies do here. This Atlas moves up, goes for the side arc there, takes out the leg. That is not actually good for us. Because now that Marauder is going to get knocked down. Which means that we're going to be required to hit the front arc. I don't like that. I was planning to hit the back arc. But okay, I guess we'll go in through the front. So this archer is just going to lob some missiles into that Marauder. That's more crit fishing than anything else at this point. There's not much else to do. So that looks good. The Orion's going to do the same, just crit fishing. No crits acquired.
Orders?
So the Devastator is probably... Actually, it does get an arc here. This is an interrupted side arc or an uninterrupted front arc. It's a little long away, like it's a little long ranged. We can fire precision, but that doesn't change our odds. So let's just see what we get done here. Ooh, that was a good hit. We did hit one of those AC-20 shots.
Let's slip the dogs of war.
Cool. That Marauder moves over and doesn't do much at all. So this guy has very little HP left. No doubt about that. The Jerry-Rig Demolisher is just going to make its way in over this way. This is kind of ideal range. This is ideal range. It's in cover. We'll be shooting from trees, which isn't fantastic, but... Also, did we fail our sensor roll? ECM jamming. Okay. Well, we'll light him up. We're crit fishing at this point.
Give them everything you
A gyro crit and an engine crit, but it's not gone. The pilot does eject, though, so it actually is gone. Fantastic.
Mission successful.
Okay, well, that was 3 lances, and that went very, very well for us. We took very little damage, all things considered. That is going to be a fantastic cash building mission for us. That's more like what we want to see in the future. We got a lot of payment out of that. So we got about 2 million, plus I believe we're going to get some bonuses, which is fantastic. Absolutely huge. Really, really good. So overall, our payout was 1.6. We didn't get any bonuses. That's a little stingy. Okay. Well, sad. Sure. Well, it doesn't really matter either way. That's kind of irrelevant. We do get 1 salvage here. And what are we interested in? An Arrow 4? I mean, not really. An MRM 40, though. I'm very interested in an MRM 40. Absolutely. Let's take that. Okay, what else do we have? AMS Mark II, standard FCS. We can get rid of that standard FCS. Sure, that seems reasonably fine. It's not going to be much in terms of repair. We didn't take all that much damage. So that was wonderful. That went really, really well. Our allies took a little bit of damage, and we took very little. Did we only take damage on our vehicles? Surely that can't be the case. I don't recall any mech damage. But surely there was some, right? Surely we'll have repairs. At any rate, at the very least, we'll have to take forward 2 days because our mech warriors will be fatigued. So, there is that. What do you got for us, Yang? Yang? There we go. 5,313 C-bills. What was damaged? Grasshopper, Archer. That's it. Okay, beautiful. Let's tick forward 2 days, and we're ready to deploy. This month is going to be a good one for making money, I think. Fantastic. Let's hop into the barracks really fast here, and I want to go through these just real quick. I want to be absolutely ready to deploy next episode,
Good to go.
just right out of the gate. So let's confirm a point of guts there. That'll be fine. For Jammer,
I hear
what
you.
else do we have? Anything?
Orders? Good to go.
Yes, for Romeo, a point of tactics. That's a really good thing for Romeo. I love it.
Good to
Anything
go.
else? For Rook, a point of piloting. I guess that's okay.
Training complete.
It's not fantastic, but we'll take it.
Yes, Commander.
What's up?
Anybody else
Standing
here?
by.
Nope, that does the trick. Okay, with that, I'm going to go ahead and put a cut in here. It's slightly early, but I've also been doing some long episodes lately, so I'm going to put a cut in here, and that'll kind of make up for it a little bit. I'm heavy on the little, because those have been like 40-minute episodes. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and a very special thank you to all of the channel members for making this video possible, including ALS Gamers, Shadow Wolf, Kentogan, Ali Lee, Upper Cumberland Gamers, Nick Smarty, Dimitri H, Punching the Microphone, Soccerman12 UK, and all the rest. And of course, you. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, you can click the join button down below the video, and as always, I will see you all next time.